Yeah, like you said, I've gone to 7 different treatment centers, and nothing ever seemed to work. But after I went to U-Turn, I found my higher power, which I always had a problem with, and I choose to call him Jesus Christ, and he saved my life. And I'm just happy to be here, be able to give back what City of Angels, Kevin, Redneck, everybody has done for me, and I'm grateful for Red to take me into his home, to get me back on my feet, Nikki, and I'm grateful to have my mom here, my grandmother. They support me, they support me ever since this all started, and I'm very grateful for that. And thank you guys for coming out.
Hi, I'm Marley.
Hi, Marley.
Hi, Marley.
Hands up.
I want to hear your New York accent.
Actually, I've been to 2 different treatment centers, both secular, and nothing ever happened. Nothing worked, nothing helped. Ended up going to jail, and knew that I didn't want to go back out on the streets, and I knew I needed to get something else to try. So that's when I was introduced to U-Turn and went there, and it was crazy. It was ridiculous at first, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I learned there that I just got to give it all to God, and He's the one that's got me where I'm at today. So if it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be standing here. About it.
My name's Ashley.
Hey, Ashley.
And the only reason I'm talking is because I overread. I'm just turned 20, and I thank God every day that I'm alive because, you know, I was selling drugs, living on the streets. The only reason I actually began getting clean was because I got raided selling drugs, and my habit was worse than most people you will ever talk to. And I walked out of jail, and I looked at Redneck, and I said, "Who are you, and what are you doing?" And Redneck drove me to Tennessee, and it changed my life.
As Chris said, he's been in and out of programs for 7 years. For me, I think the conventional programs, it's like a factory. You pump them in, pump them out, take them off one drug, totally put them on another to be addicted to. So long story short, I went on the computer and I found Insurance for Christ, not telling Chris, and spoke to a Tom, and he told me I needed $800 to send Chris. Unfortunately, I didn't have it. Little did I know, Christopher was in contact with Redneck for months without me knowing, and there wasn't a bed for Chris, and he told us he could send Chris to Tennessee. So I prayed about it. I knew it was the right place. We didn't tell Chris about it. He had no idea it was faith-based. And so a good friend of mine gave me the money. I had enough for the flight, sent Chris there, and I thank God every day because it was one prayer I prayed. I asked God before He took me home that I was going to be able to see my son clean, saved, and safe. And not only have I seen and witnessed that, he's been saved, baptized, and is a great inspiration to a lot of people, a lot of my family, and certainly to me. And I tell him every day he's like a walking miracle, and I could never thank God enough